Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back once again to the Hot Stocks Outlook for June 9th, 2017. Thank you all for joining in. Hope you're all having an excellent week out there in the markets. We're going to go ahead and look at some companies here. We're going to start here with Hershey Brands, going to move to Mosaic, Lowe, and Tesla Motors. So some very exciting things to take a look at. But as always, it's obviously the most important to understand, okay, how are we analyzing these markets? How are we able to identify these trend changes in the market? So looking here at Hershey Brands, we have daily bars and candles. So the price data represented by these candlesticks, that's the daily bars and candles. And we have a black and a blue line against that data there. Now, that black line that you see on the chart, and we can see all the annotation here, is a actual simple moving average. So that's a really lagging indicator. It really just summarizes the past 10 days or so, plots that value on the line. And what we're utilizing and really paying attention to is whenever we have this blue line or this predicted moving average, which you see here, cross above that lagging actual moving average. So what that alerts us to is that there's really been a trend change in this overall market, and we want to look to go ahead and get long, in this case, Hershey Brands. Now, what's great about this approach is we not only have, our trend direction of understanding that, okay, a trend is reversed, but we also have this indicator at the very bottom, which is the predicted neural index. And this indicator can either be a 1 or a 0. So it's yes, no, right or wrong. And it's looking out 48 hours ahead. So you can, again, think of that as two candlesticks as far as, your analysis goes moving forward. And it's really alerting us to short-term strength or weakness in the market. So if we understand the overall trend over the next couple of days, if we're going to have strength or weakness in the market, that's obviously a really nice guide to help us understand that, yeah, we should look to get long. And as long as that neural index is up, expect that strength in the market. You see, you're getting a really nice rally thus far. As long as that blue line remains above the black line, that trend is still up. So you see this market's moved up about 7.5%, about $8 per share. But what I really want to focus on through really all of these markets is the really accuracy of the short-term forecasting here in VantagePoint, where we have this stock in Hershey's where we got our trend direction, our neural index, but we also get a predicted range for every single trading day moving forward. And if I bring those up against the price data, we can see how accurate those forecasts are. And so what we really understand is if we're starting to get long Hershey Brands, these are really the levels down near these predicted lows where we're really looking to add to these positions. So as a trend trader who's, knows that the trend is up, wants to trade, manage that position. If you want to trade day trade or shorter term, you can use these levels as well. But intraday, getting that really valuable information of knowing when you want to be a buyer and a seller. And you see, as long as that trend remains up, really nice shorter term day trades as far as making profits there as well. So really nice opportunity there in Hershey. And what we even see here is neural index getting down to a 0. The trend is still up, but the market is going sideways. So you really wouldn't want to devote that capital, be very aggressive in a market where you've got that conflict of signals there. So, moving forward, let's go ahead and look at more of these markets with that same understanding. Here in Mosaic, we'd gotten this crossover to the downside all the way back in April, signaling this is not a market you want to go long on. And as long as you're trading that market moving forward, you really understand, hey, there's a lot of weakness here. The only time your 48-hour indicators get bullish are when this market starts to go sideways a little bit, but that trend is still down. You see the blue line still well above the black line. So essentially what it's telling you is that predicted moving average is still saying that, look, the trend is down. Maintain those short positions. So over the course of this trade, the market's moved down now 22%, or almost 23%, $6 per share. But this is what's so important is when you understand that the market's in a downtrend, you want to be short, we can bring up those intraday predicted high and low levels. And so for day traders and short-term traders, you really understand that, okay, well, if I have these intraday levels, I can come in with these tools and you just see how accurate these levels are. Shorting at this level, shorting at this. Even when we're moving up intraday towards those levels, that's where as a longer term trend trader, that's where you can get those really great entries to keep shorting the market. And so, really regardless of your trading style, it's really just important that you have that information that's going to be consistently accurate for you. And you understand that, the odds are really in your side, and sort of combine the combination of these indicators with your style and your approach to the market and just keep sort of executing that approach here. So here in Lowe's, again, we got a crossover to the downside. Neural index down there at a 0. Let's go again and bring in these predicted high and low levels that we get from the VantagePoint software here. And again, you see intraday, really great levels to take short positions from. And as long as that blue line remains below the black line in this case, it's still telling you that, look, the trend is still down in lows. You want to keep shorting that market. So if you go ahead and take those short positions up at $86 a share, run your stops and hold the position for the duration. Or if you want to take those short-term profits, keep shorting at those intraday levels, you're getting really good intraday levels to short on a longer term swing. So really nice move to the downside here, almost 10%, about $7.50 per share. But you see just how weak this is, where you can go ahead, set those entries, lock your stops at break even, really trail them as this market moves lower and you keep having those forecasts to the downside. Last but not least, let's go ahead and move forward to Tesla here. And recently, Tesla traded sideways for a really long time, but we'd gotten this crossover to the upside here, neural index up at a 1. And again, we can come in with those shorter term tools to guide us of, okay, where do we want to look to be a buyer? If we know the trend is up, now let's go in and look to start buying the market. Well, at these levels, see this predicted low level here, predicted low here, predicted low here, predicted low here, So again, just regardless of your trading style, how you like to interact with the markets, how aggressive you like to be intraday, or if you want to focus on the longer swing, you're going to have the tools that really guide you and let you know, look, is the trend still up? Okay, take those shorter term trades, add to your position. Once the neural index and crossovers get to the downside, you're going to change up your behavior. And that's really what it's about, is really adapting to some of these changing market conditions. So, really fabulous opportunities all throughout the market. But again, it's really about, adapting to those market conditions. About a 20% move down here in Mosaic, Lowe's down about 10%. Hershey up about 10%, Tesla up about 15% over the course of this trade here. So, once you get the entries into these markets, there's a lot of leeway in how you may want to manage that, but you're going to have those shorter term tools to really guide you on where you want to add to the position and manage things moving forward. So, as always, guys, best of luck to you out there. I hope this has been informative and help you really understand how technology can really give you an edge over those time frames that you like to trade within. And as always, best of luck to you out there. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you watch the previous videos and playlists that are available. Leave some questions and comments below. And best of luck out there, and bye for now.